What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 221. I'll start today's episode off with some player training for a brief look at the Premier League table, where as you can see with 14 games to go we remain in third. We've been tethered to third for such a long time this season, for most of the campaign really, and right now sat 5 points behind Manchester City, our opponents today, in second place, and 6 points behind the league leaders Chelsea, who have won 22 out of 24 games. So welcoming Pep Guardiola's side to Bramall Lane here, who as you can see have got the best defensive record, best away record in the division right now. They've won every single one of their 13 Premier League games. Now with the top scorer Leroy Sané in their team as well right now, 5 points clear of us in second place. I said it in the last episode, if we're to have any chance of catching Frank Lampard's Chelsea in pole position right now, we have to win this game. A draw, simply put, will not be enough. So taking on the Sky Blues for our first game today, and of course there was going to be a former Sheffield United player in their lineup. Did you spot him? Angus Reid, the young Scot, leading the line for Manchester City. But just 9 minutes into a huge clash between two teams desperate to catch the league leaders Chelsea and stay in the Premier League title race, whilst Angus Reid might have been a decent little Scottish forward for us in our first 4 years at Bramall Lane, this guy's been the best forward of the series. 9 minutes in, we have the lead. Ivan Toney chasing Leroy Sané in the race for the Golden Boot, but more importantly, trying to keep our title dreams alive. Makes it 1-0 after Jayden Bogle's had a great season this year, assisting with a lovely ball through, and Toney does the rest. But 6 minutes later, real controversy here at Bramall Lane. Now, we've seen since the patch in January some bizarre refereeing decisions. Let's add this one to the list. Was this a straight red card? I gotta be honest here, I thought this was a really bad decision by the official there. Pierre Rocher dives in, and don't get me wrong, he's very, very late. He's out of control, really, but he's not even looking at the guy that trips over him there. I thought that was definitely a booking at most. I could not see how that was a straight red card at all, but it was given. Red card, and the Blaze, despite taking an early lead, were down to 10 men in what I would consider very controversial fashion. And then 25 minutes into the game, Manchester City would get in front. I think it was Foden that was fouled for the Rocher red card there, and he would get the leveller for Guardiola's side as well. Leroy Sané might be the top scorer in the Premier League, but for this goal he turns provider, takes out both our centre-back duo there of Nicholas Wilson and Scott McKenna, getting a rare start today, and a lovely ball across finds Foden, who does the rest. Manchester City back on level terms against the 10 men Blaze, but despite going down a man, we weren't going to give up and just play for the point and consider it a good result. We were going to continue to attack and look for goals to get back in front. Great chance there, but Harris denied by Edison at his near post. It was still 1-1. And then the 32nd minute, once again, it's Jayden Bogle doing so well down the right-hand side, storming into the area. Hakimi takes him down, and the referee, well, he might have felt harshly done by after he sent Pierre Rocher off, but let's just say for this moment here, he got it spot on. Hakimi dives in on Bogle, fullback on fullback, and as Hakimi brings down Jayden, it's a definite penalty, no doubt about it. So we just get a lot of the ball, but only by coming through the back of Jayden Bogle. Certain penalty, no doubt about that. And some words for me and Guardiola on the touchline as well. I must say, well, that was quite an interesting camera angle there. You can see the words we were exchanging. But regardless, penalty for Sheffield United. This one, in my opinion, was a definite correct decision. Ivan Toney would normally take our penalties, but he lets Chopper take it, and young Elliot Harris drills it into the back of the net to make it 2-1 and restore our lead. And I was quite frustrated about his celebration as well. I wanted him to sort of run to the advertising hoardings and have the fans come to meet him down by the bottom there with the camera panning and turning around to it. But sadly, didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But anyway, Harris scores a penalty regardless, makes it 2-1. And right now, Elliot Harris, in the form of his life, restores our lead and puts us back in front. But right before the break, a chance for Man City to respond here and get back on level terms in a crazy first half. Sam Hill initially there, I don't know what on earth he was doing, but he almost scored a very comical own goal as he turned that cross over the bar around for a corner, and from the corner the head deflects off McKenna, goes behind for another one, and from that resulting one, Kimpembe goes for goal after the header away, and on the half volley almost scored an absolute screamer just over the bar as it was still 2-1, and we are hanging on to the lead. And right before the break, another chance here. Rodri arriving on the edge of the area, goes for goal. Tyler Allen with a huge block, turns it behind and behind for a corner in what was one of the most action-packed first halves of FIFA career mode I've had in quite some time. We were leading by a goal heading into the break. We'd seen a penalty, a controversial red card, some fantastic moments, and of course a really, really, really balanced first half's worth of football as well. In the second half, it could go either way. We were down to 10 men. Man City were pressing, ended the first half off really strong too. So I felt in the second half, even though we were down a man, we had to stay in attack mode and look for goals. We couldn't just sit back and invite pressure and try and hit the visitors on the break. We need to score further goals in order to win this game. And 61 minutes into the game, we will get our third. Oliver Shaw storming down the left-hand side, back heels into the path of Tyler Allen, and our number 11 curls it in to make it 3-1 and give us a 2-goal cushion, even with the man disadvantage. And with 13 minutes to go, City pressing, pushing, looking for a goal to get back in the game, but Sam Hill made a great save down Raheem Sterling, denying him at his near post as we still led by 3-1. So 3-1 to the Blades. We were staying in attack mode throughout the entire game as well, and in the 85th minute, lovely little build up between this strike partnership here, and right now these two are looking absolutely unstoppable as a duo. Elliot Harris and Ivan Toney with a pair of 1-2s, and the shocker bags his brace and finishes the move off, which Shaw, of course, was involved in as well. That was such a lovely little quick attack by the Blades there, and Toney and Harris right now. I've said it in like the last 3 or 4 episodes, but I've got to keep on saying it. If we are to win the title, these two need to keep themselves in form and fully fit. Harris bags 1, Toney gets 2, and goal number 19 and 20 for the Premier League season as we record. I would say one of our best wins since we've been managing Sheffield United. Not since we returned, but all throughout the years we spent here at Bramwell Lane. Final score 4-1 to Sheffield United, and even with the man disadvantage, we come through with a huge victory that cuts the gap on Manchester City to 2 points. So massive win there. And I said we had to win this game if we were to stay in the title race. We do win the game. Man City's 100% away record finally falls here at Bramwell Lane. But sadly for us, the common problem we've still got is that no one can beat Chelsea. They win once again. 23 wins in 25 games. The gap remains at 6 points as they go to Vicarage Road and beat the Hornets by 3-0. We've got the exact same goal difference record as well. I just don't think we're going to be able to catch them. You know, we're staying in this title race. We're doing everything we can to keep pace with the boys above us right now, but I can't see it happening. We still got to go to Stamford Bridge. We could possibly win that game in West London there and cut the gap to 3. But they've won 23 games in 25 games, man. I just can't see them slipping up enough times in order for us to overtake them and win the Premier League title. Because don't forget, we've been on our best run since returning to Sheffield United. At some point, we are going to slip up again. And when that happens, Chelsea will capitalise and pull further away at the top. It's a big win there against Man City. And don't get me wrong, we're buoyed by that. But I just can't see it happening. Chelsea this season have been absolutely, well, almost perfect when you think about it. I just can't see anyone taking points off them, even us, when we travel to West London in February. But regardless, on the back of that big win there, we did have a few bids coming in on transfer deadline day, including a massive bid for Chopper Harris from Real Madrid. 126.1 mil from Real Madrid as they want to take him to the Bernabeu and make him the latest Galactico. But I said no way, even though we could probably get around 150 to 160 million for him. 14 goals and 8 assists in 23 Premier League games. He's the reason why we're still in this title race. He's our top scorer in Europe as well, and a big reason why we're into the last 16 in the Champions League, who, don't forget, will be against Real Madrid. I'm not going to sell him to Real Madrid, man. No way. Harris stays here. He's the protege for Ivan Toney. He's been amazing this year, and as a duo, he and Ivan Toney are worth their weight in gold. Absolutely no way was I selling Harris, and I sold no one as well. I talked about this with transfer deadline day right around the corner. You know, we had 10 hours to work out magic and make some moves, but I had no interest in selling any of my players. We got a fantastic squad. We're in our best run since returning to Sheffield United last season. And of course, after beating Man City and cutting the gap on second place to 2 points as well, we're still in the title race, even though it does seem like it's going to be very hard for us to catch the league leaders Chelsea right now into the last 16 of the Champions League, into the FA Cup 5th round as well. No plans to sell anyone on transfer deadline day, so you could have raised some cash and made some moves. But I'm more important. I was more keen, if you will, to keep the core of my players here and keep everyone together as a unified Sheffield United side. Right now, we are forged in steel. skill, and I love this team, man. It's a fantastic squad. It's got great depth to it, so much young talent as well. No need to make any moves in this January window. I was totally fine leaving the squad as is. So transfer deadline day ends, no moves for Sheffield United. We keep around 9 million in the budget to roll over to next season, and I think we made the right call there. Yeah, we could have cashed in, made some money, don't get me wrong, but the squad right now has got great harmony, great chemistry, great cohesion. We're playing really well, in the best form since returning to Sheffield United, and if we are to win the treble, or at least a domestic double, which is what I'm targeting, we've got to keep the core of our players here and stay unified as one Sheffield United team. But that was this episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really, if you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.